In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite wood craft DIYs that you can sell at a craft show. I like to use scrap wood already cut up, and the Dollar Tree does sell scrap wood, but they're $1.50 or $1.75 for one piece. And you can go to Hobby Lobby and grab these bags of scrap wood pieces. They have all different shapes and sizes. This bag is like $4.49. But I always grab these when the wood pieces are on sale for 40% off because you can get so many little pieces of wood. Now, if you got scrap wood in your garage or go to your local Home Depot or something and have them cut it up, that's great. But for craft shows, I like things to be convenient, budget friendly, easy to do so that I can get as many items created for any show that I'm doing. Now, sometimes they have bags that have a bunch of the same pieces. They have different shapes, and then they have some bags that have all different sizes and shapes in them. And in this video, I'm only going to be using scrap wood that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. So I grabbed two out of one bag, and they're the same size. And I'm going to be using this white acrylic paint to paint them. Now, I'm going to be pairing all of these pieces up with an item from the Dollar Tree to show you how you can keep these budget friendly and you can still have some nice pieces. Now, the Dollar Tree put out these little wood cube words. This one said peace, and I think they have one that says joy, and I think I'm the only two they have. I'm not sure, but all I did was cut them off of the string, and I'm going to attach them to one of these wood pieces. Now, at craft shows, I always do good with little Christmas signs, little holiday signs. People tend to gravitate towards little wood pieces that they can have for shelf sitters or to sit around their home, and I usually sell my little craft pieces between $5 to $15. Some are a little bit more than that depending on what I use to create them, but you can grab some wood pieces, go to the Dollar Tree, grab some of their little Christmas items, and create some really cute little signs. So as you can see, I pretty much just glued each one of those cubes down to one piece, and now I'm going to add the other piece on top, and this is just going to give me a little Christmas sign. Now, I do want to embellish this a little bit, but not too much. I'm just going to go around the top and the bottom with some jute twine. So when I'm doing craft shows, I don't like to do too much embellishing. I am like a rustic decor style person, and so I try to add a lot of neutrals so that when people are shopping around, they can find something that easily blends in with other decor that they have in their home. I want to stop a minute and say thank you so much for tuning in and watching today's video. Welcome to my channel, Lovely Moments Creating. My name is Jeannie, and I create budget-friendly home decor that is very easy to do. So I wanted to create this video just to share some really quick and easy crafts that you can sell, even if you're not doing a craft show, just something that you can sell to make a few bucks from the holiday. And I also am going to be participating in a craft show in my town on November the 1st. So I just wanted to show some ideas. And as I mentioned earlier, people just gravitate towards wood items. So I have 4 pieces that I pulled out of those bags from Hobby Lobby, and I am taking 2 of them to connect together just because I needed another chunky piece. And I needed these to be 3 different sizes. And so that's what I love about convenient little wood pieces. I can knock things out, get them done, and I do not have to worry about getting anything cut or cut down. You can find different sizes and the different bags, and I'm telling you, take advantage of getting them 40% off so that you can really get a bang for your buck. So for that first large piece, as you can see while I was running my mouth, I painted that white. This is a second piece, the 2 that I glued together. I am painting this red, and that last little piece, I painted that white as well. So I'm creating another sign, and as you see, I'm just going to stack these signs. Now, what I want to do is add some wording to this. So I did use my Cricut Joy to cut out some words, but you can do, if you got good penmanship, you can do some writing. People love that homemade writing look. I know I do. But if you have any good penmanship skills, then you can just write it. But I did just use my Cricut Joy to cut out the words that I'll be adding to these pieces. And what I like is that this piece right here is very festive. It's the natural, it's the not natural, it's the original Christmas colors minus the green. But this is one of those eye-catching pieces, very budget friendly, easy to do. And what I'm just doing is pulling my wordings off of the back. I did just put my transfer tape on top, rubbed over that, and I'm just transferring them. I'm just finding my placement of where I want my words to be. And as I mentioned, if you want to use some letters or some stickers, as long as you go over them with Mod Podge, because you're going to be selling these pieces and you want them to have a nice high-end look, that will work as well. I am going to go over these with Mod Podge. Anytime I use vinyl on my wood pieces, I am going to go over them just to make sure that everything is nice and secure. Once I rubbed over them, as you can see, I'm just pulling up the transfer tape. Also, when I am using wood pieces for my projects, for my shows, or if I'm just selling things, I do like to make sure that I use wood glue. So as you can see, I added some Mod Podge once I pulled up the transfer tape, and going over these letters, I really do want to make sure everything is secure. Anytime I'm using vinyls, I think I mentioned that I like to go over my letters because you are selling these pieces. And so I'm just going to make sure I secure over these letters in the front. And then I am going to grab these little ornaments from the Dollar Tree just to embellish this just a little bit, just add a little bit more character. Now I see the back of my product have some Mod Podge that leaked out. I will get my foam brush and spread that Mod Podge out after I add on these little bells. I thought adding these little bells was just a nice little touch. And these are my pieces that I'm keeping, but I am going to be doing these same pieces for my craft show. And what I like is that you can create a few of these. They're very easy to put together. The wood is already cut, and you are going to earn a profit because those bags are very budget friendly. Also, if you got scrap wood in your garage, and if you have the time, you can go to like Home Depot and have them cut up wood. Wood is very budget friendly anyway, but this way it's already cut, and it just gives me enough time to get my pieces together. As you can see, I added those ornaments. I did glue those down, and this is a really nice piece. Now, another great idea, as you can see, I did shows in the past, and I've sold items in the past too, and I find that people love those party of 4 or party of 6, party of 2 pieces, and that's what I'm creating here. All I did was I looked through the bag of woods and I poured out 4 pieces, 4 different sizes to mimic a family of 4, and so this is also up for me as well. And what I'm doing is just finding placement to glue these pieces together. As I mentioned, I like to use the wood glue and the hot glue because that way I don't have to wait for that hot glue to set up if I'm trying to just get a bunch of pieces put together. This is a great way to get that instant hold while you're waiting for that glue to dry. And so as you can see, I'm just finding a placement for my 4 pieces to mimic a family of 4, because it is 4 of us. So what you see me doing is adding my wood glue and my hot glue. And then once I get those pieces together, I'm going to use this brown paint and some acrylic paint, and I'm going to use that to go over this entire piece. Now, I do like to use chalk paint, but since these pieces all are for me, I just went in with acrylic paint. I actually like to use both, but most of the time when I am doing shows or setting up to sell a few items, I do usually use chalk paint. And so I'm just going over this in tie your piece. And this piece can be year round. It can also be for fall. What I'm doing now is just going over the front of this piece, brushing on some of that white acrylic paint, and I'm only going to be adding this to the front of this piece because I am going to go in with some more of that vinyl that I cut using my Cricut Joy. And then once I get that complete, my items from the Dollar Tree is going to be some of these little stem pieces that the Dollar Tree sell. I haven't seen these in my local Dollar Tree recently, but I have so many from buying them when I would see them that I have tons of these little wood stems, all different sizes. And I'm just adding them to the top. And these are mimicking the heads of the family. And so I'm just adding some hot glue and placing them on top. This actually gives me pumpkin vibes for the fall as well. So that's why I said this can be for the fall season. This can be all year round. I really love this piece, but this piece is actually something that sells really good at craft shows. As I mentioned earlier, people love those party of twos, party of four, family pieces, and I usually do just a few. I've only went up to like party of 6. And so as I mentioned, I use my Cricut Joy to cut out the wordings, and I'm just going to place the party of on the smaller family member piece, and then I'll go in and add the 4 on the next piece. And I'm going to go over this piece as well, using some Mod Podge to secure those pieces. As I mentioned, these are just some of my favorites that I think do good at shows, but there's so many little cute wood crafts that you can create. If you're one of those people that do craft shows, then you already know. And if you have that rustic vibe and you like to do little wood pieces, these are definitely some fan favorites. I'm just going to spread this Mod Podge over, and that's going to be it. This will also be cute if you just wrap some twine around it, but I'm leaving this as is. As I mentioned, I'm going to be styling this in my home for the party of 4. Definitely a fan favorite is those snowman hats. And with these wood scrap pieces, you can make all sizes. So I am just taking 2 pieces out of those bags of scrap wood, and I'm just going to use some hot glue and some wood glue to connect these two to create the little simple wood snowman hat. This is definitely a fan favorite because people also like to style these as little podiums to sit items on. I actually love these, and I have a few of these in my Christmas box. I made several versions of these, and so this is really simple. And what I love about these is it's so budget friendly. You can probably sell these this size for like $5, and you can embellish this in however you like. I'm going in, of course, with this black acrylic paint to paint this piece, and then I'll embellish the hat. And like I said, I've styled these as little holiday podiums. They are cute little snowman hats. You can do different size, different version. I just love little wood knickknacks. If I participate in a craft show, I actually am supporting other crafters around me because I just love to see all of the little things that people create, and I do love wood decor. So I'd be excited to see what other people have. And so I'm just taking this file just to distress around the sides and the edges of this. Now you can take some ribbon and go around this to create the little ribbon around the hat. I am going to be using jute twine for that because, as I mentioned, I like to keep things pretty neutral so that people can gravitate towards the pieces. And it fits their decor instead of just being like too specific with different kinds of ribbons. And so what I'm doing is I'm just going to take the twine. I'm going to add a little line across with some glue to secure down that first row, and then I'll go around it, wrapping it around a few times, but trying it to be neat. So anytime I'm creating little pieces, even though all of these pieces in this video are for me, I'm just demonstrating how I like to have things a little bit more neater when you're going to be selling them, and definitely displaying them at a craft show. This is the season, I know, in my town for different little craft shows. And if you just want to make some extra money and help out friends, families, neighbors, or whatever with some Christmas decor, you can create some things, not charge them too much, but just earn some of your money back. We all enjoy crafting, and this way you can share your crafting ideas and earn a few craft supply bucks. And so from the Dollar Tree, I've just been rambling. From the Dollar Tree, I have this pick, and I'm just cutting that leaf down to size because it was a little too big. And all I'm going to do is hot glue that down and making sure I add enough hot glue to secure that. And then I'm going to cut off some of those berries to attach right there. This is very simple. It's an easy shelf sitter. You can sit this in front of some books. Like I say, with all different sizes of woods, you can create this in a different size. But this is definitely something that people tend to like. And so I styled a little snowman from the Dollar Tree right on top, and I just thought this was so adorable. And as I mentioned, you can do this in many versions. Now, this next DIY I'm going to show you that's definitely a fan favorite is wood presents. I didn't create none for this video, but I do have some here, and I did make these actually out of the Hobby Lobby scrap wood pieces. Always create, if you're going to do a craft show, create some wood presents. People love them. They always ask for them. I tend to make many of them, many sizes, because people love them. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. If so, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, join the family by hitting that subscribe button. And let me know in the comment section below if you ever participated in a craft show, if you like these simple ideas, and just let me know whatever. Your comments mean so much to me, and I truly appreciate it. So until next time, my sweet friends, stay safe so that I can see you in the next video.